The planning for the flower show actually starts right after the flower show closes. So we're planning 12 months a year for this show. There's so much involved that we have to do between organizing the garden, getting sponsors, finding vendors to fill up all our booths. The volunteers, there are over 600 volunteers between the Melna volunteers and the public volunteers. So it's an enormous undertaking. It all has to happen very quickly because we were just 4 or 5 days away from equipment and materials being delivered to the site to get started with setup for the show. So all of those sponsors that were loaning equipment to us, all of the advertising that we were doing, TV and print and radio, that all had to be brought back. Just an incredible number of tasks that had to be done. Thankfully, we've got a great steering committee. Everybody jumped on board, and we really got a good head start on it. But we're continuing to work on it even now, working on getting refunds to folks who bought tickets online, refunds to vendors that had booths. And thankfully, a lot of folks have really stepped up and said, you know what, I'm good, just keep my money and I'll see you next year in 2021. So we had been offering the plants for sale to some local garden centers, came and picked up some of the plants, and we're offering them for sale to folks who just would have gone to the show and seen the plants. Those folks were able to get a little bit of color in their life, even though the flower show wasn't happening. But Norway Savings Bank, our presenting sponsor, stepped up the other day and said, we would love to purchase whatever is left for the plants and have you give them away to the folks who would have attended the flower show anyway. So it just, like I said, the generosity is just overwhelming. What's left are some big, beautiful annuals and perennials, and they're going to be at some local businesses on Thursday. And Thursday is really the only day that people will be able to get these, because we don't want the garden centers to have to take them in and put them out, and take them in and put them out. So they'll be able to go on Thursday. The plants are being delivered to the garden centers tomorrow, and they're going to be at O'Donnell's in Gorham and Broadway Gardens in South Portland and in Westbrook. They'll be at Genest's Landscape and Masonry Supply up in Wyndham, and Gagne and Sons in Westbrook on Warren Ave. Going to happen. Regardless of whether or not we have a flower show, spring is still going to come. And, some of the garden centers right now aren't open to in-store traffic, but they're still offering curbside pickup. And hopefully in the coming weeks, they will open up again on their regular schedule. Folks will be able to get out there and get into the garden centers, get some great plants and stick them in their gardens. So